Hey Brian, this is George with George Digital. Just want to do a very quick audit for your Spin and Shake site. Um, and if I remember quickly, you said that you wanted your main keyword to be mobile bar hire. So basically, I'm going to be looking at this site with that in mind. Um, so I'm just going to, look at a handful of these pages, look at some other stuff, and sort of give you my overall my short take on what you have here. Um, so first off, I want to just mention these call to actions. You have a request a quote, then you also have write a review. So my question to you is like, which one do you want? Like, which one do you want someone to do first? These are both very opposite ends of the funnel, if you will. The first one, request a quote, is for someone who's coming in, fresh, and it's like, oh, I need your business. And then the other one, write a review, is very much, should be at least reserved for satisfied customers, for customers who have already you've done business with, and you say, hey, this is, if you like my business, please review. So, this right here is a little bit confusing. So I would look into to changing that. Um, but as I'm looking down, I'm seeing, basically a lot of sort of thin content, if you will. Like, there's not a lot going on here. I mean, there's plenty going on, but I mean, like from a content standpoint, you're not saying a lot. Um, and that really makes me question of, is this a if this page right here is about um, mobile bar hire London, or is it about mobile bar hire, or is it, are you considering this, just a brand play? Are you just saying, hey, brand, 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 this home page is about the brand? Um, and those are things that I'm looking at and questioning and wondering what it is, right? Because I'm always like asking, like, what is Google going to think, right? Um, and again, like you don't really mention London a whole lot in this page. So that's again why I'm asking that question. Um, so then you do actually have a mobile bar hire page. Now, what's interesting about that is that your H1 is pop-up bar hire. So it really does beg the question, what are you what is this page supposed to be about? Is it supposed to be about pop-up bars for hire, or is it supposed to be mobile for hire? So again, it's a little bit of a toss-up with what you are asking for, and without digging too deep, obviously, I would assume that some other pages are very similar to this. Um, but yeah, you're gonna have to make a decision what these pages are going to be about. Um, so as you know, looking, hey, well, you do have a service page called London, Mobile Bar Hire London. This sort of leads me down this weird rabbit hole, of CRO and SEO. And again, asking the question, which page is supposed to be about mobile hire and or mobile hire London? Um, you know, Most times you would see the home page being about your main keyword and location. For this here, you have your homepage as your main keyword with the hints of London, but it's very thin, so it's really not even about the main keyword. Your bar services, you do have at least labeled as mobile bar hire, um, but your H1 isn't saying that, and then you actually do have a service area, a mobile bar hire London. So again, it's very very questioning, or I'm going to ask the question, if I'm confused, then I'm pretty sure Google will be as well. Um, I'm also seeing some. This is a little weird to see. Like these are just map embeds for places, I guess, that you would do business at in London, but it doesn't really tell you about those places. It's just map embeds. I personally, I don't see the value in it. Um, Maybe your previous SEOs did. I wouldn't have done that personally. Um, so then, as I was scrolling down, I did notice that you do have, some call to action again. This one's ask for a quote, great, but then this one says, find out more. Um, I would suggest to make sure that these guys are the same, because again, it could be a little confusing what's what. Um, what are you asking for? And maybe even do a sort of a hot jar, a heat map sort of thing, and just figure out which uh, which call to action, which phrasing, you get more hits on, who's clicking more. Um, I'm also seeing that this is a little bit off in the design to the size and whatnot. I'm nitpicking here, understand that, but it's something that I notice as an SEO. Um, so let's see, and you also have a blog page. So you're going through, and it looks like you've have obviously you have quite a few blogs, which is nice. You want to continue to have sort of updated, content here. Keep it fresh. Um, but what I have noticed is, with some of your titles here, I'm seeing that there's a lot of similarities. So, I would question, you know, is your traffic coming from all places? I mean, are you getting traffic with the blogs uh, in equal amounts? Or are you like? Sorry, let me take that back a little bit. My question is are you splitting the ranking juice, right? Because you're having very similar topics talked about amongst different blog posts. Could those blog posts, could the content you have that be in one page or one blog post, and you get more focused, targeted traffic to that page, um, i.e., leading to more leads, leading to more business, so on and so forth. Now let's go to your contact us page. So first thing I notice is that you have, a couple of things here that are required. Date of the event, hours of service required. Um, if I was someone who was just just wanting to get in contact with you, like I had to fill all this stuff out, that's going to turn me away. Um, so again, just from a conversion rate situation, I'm going to stay away, from this sort of stuff. I would rather just say, it could put it in there, but it's not required. Um, so then you can follow up with the lead properly down the road. So don't require as much as you have. Um, so yeah, and so then I looked at some of your source code. Doesn't look terrible or anything like that. Obviously, it's WordPress, so you can only you can only do so much. But as looking at some of your schema, I decided, okay, well, let's run it through, the schema validator, and your schema is very thin. For being a local business, you do need a handful of other things here. Um, so, and arguably, I would want to clean this up, optimize it, add a few other things that you don't have here in order for, Google to see you for what you're supposed to be. Um, so let's see. Let's go to your GMB or your GBP, whichever one you decide to call yourself. Um, first thing I ask, are you really open 24 hours? You are a business, sure, but you're not spinning and shaking all day, every day. You do have hours that you probably open and close just for business. Even though this is a service area business, you're not at your desk all the time. You're taking calls. Um, from a customer standpoint, I'd question that for sure. I do see that you have a ton of reviews. You're doing a really good job of responding to all of them, and it looks like you're also getting reviews in you know every few a couple every few weeks, or sorry, a few every week or so. So that's good. I'm glad that that's happening. Um, so let's look at your business.site site. I'm happy that you have it. Not everyone has these, um, but what I would like to see is I would like to see more links going to specific locations, right? So like take this right here, mobile bar of hire. It goes through mobile bar London link, but that said, that mobile bar London link you know, is that the one you want it to go to, or do you want it to go to your home page, or do you want it to go to the service page? Um, uh, Again, it's just a question in my head. I'm just nitpicking a little bit. These guys here are akin to the map embeds. I wouldn't have them. Don't think it's worth it. Um, I'm looking at all your social media accounts, except for your LinkedIn, but all these, these other guys, your Facebook, your, LinkedIn, Twitter, doing a good job keeping up with those. Continue to keep up with those. Find proper and worthwhile content to post there. Um, Honestly, it's just more signals, for the industry to just to say you're related to the industry, and for what you're trying to rank for. Um, the only other thing I can see is, I did a quick scan on this guy. You're not doing bad. And this is only 5 miles, sure, but I mean, your average is three on all these guys, and you're at 72% or 72% of your local voice. You're doing great here. Only thing I could say is like maybe you start trying to, rank for a different, uh, a different term. But you're talking about a big city, London. There's a lot of people here, so you know your competition is going to be a little bit stiffer. But you're doing great. This is not the point that I would push. Mobile bar for hire. I would push for the other, um, the other things you can do, other keywords you can go for. So, and I haven't really touched on a lot of offsite, you know, really. So you still have, are you getting your good backlinks? Are you getting your good PRs? Are you getting your good citations? I know that you had some contention with the citations that were made previously, but there are such thing as good citations. We'll just make sure that those are good. That it's what it's supposed to be. So all that said, these are all things that that I'm looking at. I think I can help you. I definitely think that you have some work to be done, some consistency issues, some in some places. Um, but yeah, let's find some keywords that you want to rank for, and we can push and we can get you on page one for these things. So I hope you enjoy watching this, and thanks for watching.